No tax on Social Security, no tax on tips, and no tax on overtime. What does the Senate have to say about these three taxes in this new bill, budget reconciliation bill, that they just finalized last night? There are some similarities with what the House already passed with their reconciliation budget bill, and there are some changes. Now let's dig in. It's important to understand that this proposal for the budget reconciliation bill, what I'm about to talk about, is only with the Senate. The Senate is voting this weekend, and the House still has to agree with what the Senate proposes. And there are some differences, but they have to get this bill over to Trump before July 4th, because that's when he wants it done. So, tax on Social Security. There will be taxes on Social Security. Your Social Security is going to be continued to be taxed. The House wants it, they passed it, the Senate wants it. So that's just a done deal. There will be provisions made for the no tax on tip and the no tax on overtime. This does not mean taxes won't be taken out of your tips or overtime. And there are stipulations. Okay, there are people who will be able to get it and people who won't. But these provisions are done when you do your taxes. These are going to be deductions. Now let's get into that. With regards to no tax on tips, the Senate Budget Reconciliation Bill proposal allows a deduction for federal income tax on reported tips for certain people, only for tips reported to the employer and included on the employee's W-2. Now, the House's version had income thresholds that would apply like a maximum of $160,000. That's what you could make, and up to a $25,000 deduction when you do your taxes. This is what was allowed in the House's bill. Now, the Senate's plan offers the same $25,000 deduction when you do your taxes. That's the cap of what you can deduct, but it would phase out the single filer's earnings to $150,000 and the couples to $300,000. So if you make more than that, you cannot deduct the $25,000. The payroll taxes will still be taken out of your tips. You know, this includes FICA, the Social Security, the Medicare, etc. Now, as far as which workers will be allowed for this deduction, well, that list will not be published until the bill becomes law. Now, the no tax on overtime will work much in the same way. And by the way, both the no tax on tips and the no tax on overtime, they call it no tax, right? But there are taxes. It's just the way in which they word it to make you think you're getting something that you're not. Okay, you're getting a deduction when you do your taxes. But it will expire in 2028. So this isn't a permanent thing. Now, as far as seniors over 65 years old, yes, your Social Security will still be taxed. However, they will raise the standard deduction of $2,000 for those who are over 65. Now, the House's bill proposed a new senior deduction of $4,000 per individual, and the Senate proposed $6,000 per individual. So we'll see what happens with that. Now, of course, I will keep you updated. Please like, follow, and share so that I can continue to provide you with content, and I appreciate you being here.